For today's headlines, LGU in super spreader events to face arrest. Sotto pushes for creation of anti-narcotics superbody. PNP to intensify crackdown on tupada. Rabiya Mateo, Salvacion reportedly call it quits. Gilas Pilipinas suffer consecutive losses in FIBA 3x3 Olympic Qualifiers. Cloudy skies, scattered rains seen. Good morning, I am Sandy Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Today is Thursday, May 27, and now the news. President Rodrigo Duterte has warned local officials that they would face jail time should they fail to enforce health protocols within their respective areas amid the pandemic. In his public address aired on Wednesday night, the chief executive said he will order the Philippine National Police to arrest and detain barangay captains who will be proven remiss in their duty of ensuring that no mass gatherings will take place under their watch. Duterte issued the warning after a spate of so-called super spreader events emerged across the country, which resulted in dozens testing positive for COVID-19. Among these gatherings is a pool party and drinking session in Barangay Nagkaisang Nayon in Quezon City earlier this month, where more than 50 participants contracted the coronavirus. The Department of Interior and Local Government, in response to these incidents, said that it would issue a memorandum ordering the mandatory patrols of barangay security personnel to clamp down on mass gatherings. Senate President Vicente Sotto III yesterday renewed his call for the passage of a proposed law which will establish a superbody that will spearhead the government's campaign against illegal drugs. Said measure aims to prevent misencounters between anti-narcotics operatives, particularly personnel of the Philippine National Police and Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. The establishment of the proposed Presidential Drug Enforcement Authority, Sotto noted, will assure a more efficient implementation of the country's anti-drug law by laying down the specifics of the duties and responsibilities of each agency involved in the anti-narcotics drive. Under the proposed legislation, only police forces will have the authority to conduct buy-bust operations, while anti-narcotics agents will be tasked to supervise them. Upon its creation, PRDA will become the supervising agency for the proper implementation of Republic Act 1965 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. This, however, will mean the dissolution of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency and the Dangerous Drugs Boards, a matter repeatedly being opposed by the said agencies, which argued that it will only compromise the progress made in the government's anti-illegal drugs campaign. In other news, PNP Chief Police General Guillermo Eleazar has tasked all police units to step up their efforts against the holding of illegal cockfighting events or tupada in their areas of responsibility. Eleazar issued the order following the arrest of 17 persons, including a barangay captain in Calamba, Laguna, for holding a tupada and violating minimum public health safety protocols. Meanwhile, a raid at a tupada in Valenzuela City last Sunday resulted in the death of a 18-year-old resident with mental health issues who was shot after supposedly tangling with one of the arresting police officers in an attempt to snatch his firearm. The PNP chief assured the victim's family that there will be no cover-up in the investigation of the case involving 4 members of the Valenzuela City Police Force. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Hatch something big! The all-new Honda City hatchback with 4 seating modes. Utility mode, long mode, tall mode, refresh mode, The all-new City Hatchback. Hatch more life.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
FIBA is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family, anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download FIBA now.
Miss Universe Philippines Rabiya Mateo is hogging the headlines once again as her longtime boyfriend Neil Salvacion deletes his photos with the beauty queen, thereby sparking breakup rumors. Salvacion's Instagram feed now only has 13 photos, mostly of himself and his travels, and very noticeably, Rabiya is nowhere to be seen. His birthday greeting for his famous girlfriend last year was also no longer visible. Prying netizens were quick to flood Salvacion with questions, but no confirmation was made yet. The two, however, still follow each other as of this writing. Rumors abound that actor-model Andre Brullet is the cause of the Rabiya and Neil's reported uncoupling. In sports, Gilas Pilipinas' quest to book a trip to the Tokyo Olympics has become bumpier after the country's 3x3 team suffered 2 straight losses on the first day of the FIBA 3x3 Olympic Qualifying Tournament in Graz, Austria late Wednesday. After absorbing a 12-21 beatdown against Qatar in the opening match, the Filipinos once again failed to barge into the win after a lackluster performance against Slovenia, 11-21 in their second game. Joshua Munzon led the team's offense with a combined 12 points in 2 games, but his scoring output was not enough to get past the top-tier chemistry displayed by the powerhouse Qataris and Slovenians. Despite 2 losses on their card, Gilas Pilipinas still has a chance to bounce back with 2 remaining games against France and the Dominican Republic on May 28. The intertropical convergence zone affecting southern Mindanao is expected to bring cloudy skies and scattered rain showers and thunderstorms in the areas of Zamboanga Peninsula, Bangsamoro, and Sorsogon. Metro Manila and the rest of the country, meanwhile, will continue to be affected by the easterlies, which will result in partly cloudy skies and localized rains. Intense heat will also continue to be felt within the temperature between 25.1 to 34.2 degrees Celsius and relative humidity pegged at 51 to 98%. That wraps up the stories this morning. Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition on Press Reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store or Google Play to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarsito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just visit the sticker store and search for Katribu Community. And before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store and Araneta Center. Again, this is Sandy Locos and you are watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning and have a nice day.